Hey, and welcome to week 5 of Dare and Faith. This week we're looking at faith to imagine. Now I believe that the Bible teaches unequivocally that we have a plan and God has a purpose for each and every one of our lives. Most of us know Jeremiah 29:11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." So in other words, we each have a destiny in God. We have a potential, we have a plan, but I believe that it is up to us that by faith we have to pursue those destinies. But the only way to get there, the only way to fulfill our potential in God is a relentless pursuit of Jesus. It's to focus our eyes on God and to pursue His plans for our life. But at this very same time, we have to acknowledge that there is an enemy to our destiny in God. And so I just want to look at a few ways that I believe that are trying to stop us from reaching our God-given potential, things that are trying to stop us from reaching our destiny in God. And we pick up the story in Matthew chapter 4. And at this point, Jesus has not gone into ministry yet. He has been baptized, but the Spirit has led him into the desert to fast and to be tempted by the devil. And so the first few verses tell us that Jesus has been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, and he's hungry. This shows us something of the humanity of Jesus, which is why I believe it is pointing us to this. It is at this point that the devil decides to tempt him. Isn't it funny how the devil will often wait until we are tired and that we are hungry and we are worn out to offer us temptation that promises relief? But anyway, this is the first of 3 temptations, each getting worse and heavier as the time goes on. But this is the first, and the devil says to Jesus, why don't you turn that stone into bread? If you are the Son of God, surely you could do that. But Jesus fixes his focus on God, and he says, no, that's not what I'm destined to do. In other words, Jesus fixed his eyes on God. What's really interesting to note here is that the devil is tempting Jesus with his physical desire. He was hungry, and this is often the first place where the enemy will attack your physical needs, your physical desires. But number 2, we go on and the story continues, and the devil takes Jesus to the tip of the temple and he says, hey, if you are the Son of God, why don't you jump off and surely your angels will catch you and you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. And initially I kind of thought, why is the devil taking him to the temple and not just off the peak of a mountain? Why has he told him just to jump there? And as I thought of this, it's the fact that if Jesus did jump and the angels did catch him, it would have been in front of all of the religious leaders of the day. It's in the middle of the temple. In other words, his glory would have been exposed at the wrong time. In other words, the devil was offering Jesus a shortcut, but also he was tempting him with his glory. It's Jesus' destiny to come in full glory, for everyone to know that he is the Son of God. However, this is not his time. The devil is offering him a shortcut to satisfaction within. So often we can make decisions based on what we think people will think about us. We may even go off on a tangent trying to prove people wrong. But here Jesus is saying, I know who I am, and I don't need that present glory. The next we see, and this is the third and final temptation of Jesus. If anything, this is the one that the devil puts most of the power into. And it says he took him to the peak of a very high mountain. I don't believe that for 1 minute that Jesus, the Son of God, the person who created that very mountain, is scared of heights. So why then did the devil take him to the peak of a very high mountain? The rest of the sentence tells us this, is that to show him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. And the devil said, if you just bow down and worship me, I will give you all of this. However, the thing that we need to know about this passage is that it is Jesus' destiny to rule over all the kingdoms of the earth. This is not something new to the devil. In other words, the devil is trying to offer him another shortcut to his destiny. Just look how the devil is trying to do it. He is trying to manipulate Jesus' eyesight. The devil wants your vision. Because if the devil can distract you from your vision, he can distract you from your destiny. You got to fix your eyes on Jesus, the perfecter of our faith.